Aseni Mkofiti, welcome to Cele's Reflection, yet another Wednesday with another episode. Now, this topic is something that I've received so many requests from you guys telling me let's talk about it. You guys, nimepata DMs, nimepata email, wasi wakiniambia, Celestine, can we talk about autism? And I've also received it from word of mouth, like na meet tu na mtu ananiambia, Cele, can we talk about autism? So here we are. Today we are at KISE, Kenya Institute of Special Education. So autism, of course, iko hapo, special education. Now, I am not alone because I know nothing about autism. I am representing that person who sent me here to talk about this topic. So I have two guests with me on set. Watajiintroduce, alafu watatupatia kenye tumekujia. I hope tutapata. So let's start with women first.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Saumu, a mother of 3, and I have a daughter who is my firstborn, living with autism. Yes.
Thank you so much. Next.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Elnet Nyaundi Arika. I work here in KISE. I'm the head of a department called Psychosocially Different. And this department houses 2 departments. That is autism and emotional and behavioral disorders. So, karibuni, I hear you have come here to learn,
Yes.
but you know something, I'm sure. You said you know nothing, but I know you know something.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Kidogo sana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Karibu,
Asante
tusome
sana.
pamoja.
Asante sana. So, I don't know whether what I know is fact. That's why I'm here. So utanisaidia kujua kama ni fact. I feel like lately autism is on the rise sana. Sijui kama ni juu tumekuwa wazazi, tunaisikia, but I feel like iko sana, iko sana, if you get what I mean. So is it a fact ama ni mimi najiambia tu iko sana?
Okay, you might be very right. Because of several reasons. I think autism today, as we are talking, it is on the rise, and we can attribute that kind of numbers that are going up because of several reasons. One, it can be because now we are educated, we have the awareness, we know what autism is, and we are Googling, we are researching. So when we are walking in the neighborhood, we are likely, or in the church, we are likely to see certain kids, and then we say, oh, well, that child has autism. And because of that, many people are talking about it. Another reason is because we have created this KISE here. We do a lot of assessment. And most parents, when they have detected that there is something wrong with their children, they take them for assessment. And here in assessment, we have the numbers coming up because the message is going out there and parents are bringing in their children. So that awareness, assessment has improved. And it is happening that the numbers are rising in the urban areas, and especially Nairobi. I think most people who stay here, they have gone to school, and whenever they detect a problem, they go in for intervention right away, as compared to the rural areas. So you might be right that we are having numbers coming up, and there are so many factors that are contributing to this kind of the rise of the numbers, and many other things we'll talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe we start with Mama Tanisha. It is Tanisha, I love that name. So tell us your journey now that you've said, also how old is your kid? How was it for you? Just briefly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yes, I'm Mama Tanisha, the girl living with autism. Yeah, we started our early intervention very early because we detected she had a problem when she was 1 year, 8 months. She didn't have eye contact. and she was really hyper. At 1 year, 8 months, we would not expect a child to run, to be, to have a lot of energy. But I just thought, hey, my baby she's like attaining her milestone very fast. So for me, I didn't think it's a problem. But when I could call her and she could not look at me, is when I started thinking, well, hii si ni shida. Utahitaje mtoto na jina. At 1 year, 8 months, she's supposed to have recognized her name. And then I had a neighbor who alerted me and told me, Tanisha, I think you need to go for assessment. Because she had an autistic boy. She told me, I'm not saying that your child has a problem, but I think it's better when uulize daktari wa watoto kama Tanisha ako sawa. So after 2 years is when we went to Kenyatta National Hospital. We met a doctor, and she said, he told us, we are not going to rule out akona autism, but akona signs za autism. In fact, then aliambiwa anaweza kuwa na ADHD. ADHD, I don't know if I'll be able to say it.
Yeah, I can help you.
You can help me.
It's called attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
Yeah.
Is it part of the...
Yeah, usually it comes with autism.
Okay.
We call it comorbid. Most children with autism, they are hyper. They run around and all that. And whenever you see them doing all those things, it means that they might have an aspect of ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorders.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after we were told to wait, we give her like 6 months to see if she's going to improve. Maybe she's just growing. After 2.5 is when we went back, and she was diagnosed with ADHD and autism. I will not tell you it was something easy.
Oh, no. Jeez. Pole, Mama Tanisha. Daktari, can you tell us like what exactly is autism? Because now, from what she's saying, we might have kids who are hyper.
Okay.
Does it mean that they are autistic? Able to elezea kwanza autism ni nini exactly?
Okay. Let me start by correcting you. I'm not a doctor.
Sorry.
Yeah. So we are just teachers who are trained on this area. And then we work very closely with the doctors. So you are very close. And then other partners in this area. Maybe let me start by saying what is autism. It's a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects children on how they communicate and how they interact with the world, and their in terms of socialization, how they socialize with other people. So this disability affects a child in 3 areas: how they communicate,
Socialize,
and then how they socialize, and then how they imagine or how they see the world.
Okay.
Yeah. For example, right now I feel so affected by my colleague here. It's because I have that kind of a feeling. But when you have a child with autism, this might be like nothing. Yes, don't call them that they are sadist, but they cannot imagine what others are going through, how they are feeling. So that is basically that is what autism is all about. And then when it comes in terms of communication, they might be having issues on how to express themselves and even how they receive communication from the outside world. For example, you have seen in the neighborhood a child, when you say, "What's your name?" and then the child asks you the same question, "What's your name?" So you say, "My name is Celestine," and they will say, "My name is Celestine." So they repeat more of like a choralic kind of sounds that they capture from the environment.
So like that's a sign that should tell you something?
Yes, they are always reversing any reversal of nouns, reversal, they don't have that. They take things, they cannot be able to know the details about the things. Like if I say I am a lion, they will know that I'm a lion. It doesn't mean that I'm strong. So they take things literally like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, I get you now.
Yes.
So,
And they are always, they don't have friends. When they are playing, they play by themselves. If you get them toys here, they will pick certain color and they are always playing with the same color all the time. They don't get tired of doing things the same way. They have certain routines that are, if you break them, you frustrate them, then you trigger in that hyperactivity. And so many characteristics that you can see with those children. When it comes to, some of them, they don't like to be touched because they feel irritated by that kind of touch. Others, they like to be touched. So, because of that, now I'm bringing in another aspect of autism. It's called autism spectrum disorders, with the S at the end. That one means that these are so many related disabilities that have got common things that are associated with autism. So that's why it's called a spectrum. It's like a rainbow. Yes.
So, Mama Tanisha, how old is Tanisha now?
Tanisha is 11.
11 years?
Yes.
Wow.
She's 11. Yeah, she's really grown. But okay, we are still non-verbal, meaning she's not able to communicate. We are still hyper, but there, at least we have attained a few things like toiletry. She's able to take herself to the toilet. She's able to feed herself. These days she's aware of her environment. She doesn't harm herself so much like before. Although what she does when she gets angry, she bites her hand. If you look at her hand, she has a very big mark because she doesn't fight people, she fights herself. Like she can only bite her, instead of fighting you, she can only bite herself. But we are trying hard not to make her feel irritated, because once she gets irritated is when she starts biting her hand. So she's getting better. We are praying that she will
Be better. When you say harm herself, how was she harming herself?
She bites herself. If she's not happy about something, she bites.
Maybe I can say something about that.
Okay.
That's how our child communicates. In fact, that one is a show.
The expression.
She's communicating to us that you are not understanding me. When she doesn't have that communication of saying what she wants or how she feels or anything else that she wants to express herself. And because she cannot be able, she feels that I need to tell Mama this, but Mama cannot get that, she cannot get that communication to the mama, to the mother. What happens, she transfers that kind of frustration to herself. So this is a communication. So we need to understand what happened before the child started biting herself. So those are some of the things we train parents and guardians to watch out when there is a child is having self-injurious behaviors. The child is telling you that there is something I need. So you need to learn how that child talks, how that child expresses herself or himself, what happens before a child gets this kind of agitation or hyperactivity. So then we can reorganize the environment in such a way that she can feel good. And that's what we do here in school, the training that we have here. We bring teachers here to train them on how to detect those kind of things, and then they can be able to assist these children. So we become their mouthpiece in terms of communication. And then we empower the parents, like my friend here, in terms of what to do to make that child live and learn and be happy. That's our objective here. And we do it very well in KISE. Yeah, we have a diploma in autism, and those who are interested, they can come and we train them.
What can you say causes autism?
Oh, okay. Autism, we are up to yesterday, we don't know what causes autism, but there are possible causes.
Okay.
I've not said that those are the
Yes.
ones.
Okay.
One, it can be like genetics. We have realized that we have parents who sire children who are also autistic, and because of that, the research is we are working on that area. There is a relationship whereby you find parents, they are giving birth to children with autism. So genetics might be part of the reason what causes that. It can be the environment. The environment where we are today. So many things have changed. The food we eat, everything, even the air we are breathing in. Probably it might be, we are having so many changes, and then they are affecting the children that we are giving birth to. Yeah, it can be so many other things that are happening in the world. So we have biological and environmental factors that we are thinking that causes that. And then the lifestyle has changed. Like right now, there's so much about we are eating food that is having mercury. Those kind of impurities in our foods, they are likely to be contributing to this kind of a disability. So that's why we are thinking that long time ago, we didn't have this. Maybe it was about awareness, creation and all that. But right now the numbers are going up because most people are coming to live in the urban area. The food we are getting from Githurai, we don't know how it is and all that. And many other factors. So
what can you say about TV?
The TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
The cartoons and the Cocomelon.
Okay, yeah. It has got advantages and disadvantages. But what we can say is that the TV itself, it's not a bad thing. The only thing, it cannot contribute to autism because that is an internal thing. So this is an external thing. What we need to do, we can use the TV in a manner that is controlled in a way that it can boost a child's communication, and it can assist. It can turn to be an assistive device that can support the child to acquire certain skills that the child is not having. Even a child can learn social skills from the TV if the child is watching. There's so many programs about sharing, caring, that are being broadcasted in the TV. So those kind of programs, they boost a child's social world. And we cannot say now that the TVs now, because we are having TVs all over, they are causing autism. No, those are assistive devices that needs to be controlled in a manner that we watch what the kids are watching. We don't give them to those programs that are so aggressive programs. They can copy the same kind of aggressiveness, and maybe somebody can mistaken that one to be, maybe the TV has caused this. Yeah, so that one I think we need to rule out.
Yeah. So Mama Tanisha, what are some of the challenges now that it has been almost 9 years with your daughter? Like what can you say the biggest challenges you've had raising a kid?
Mostly, me, I would say, I've done what is required of me. I've brought her for therapies. She's been in school, so I've done my part as a parent. But I feel that the fact that she cannot communicate is where the challenge is. Autism in itself there's no issue with it because you cope with it and everything. But the fact that up to now she's not been able to communicate is where I feel the biggest challenge in raising her. Because again, when it comes to her diet, we are doing our level best to give her what is required. If it's everything that is required, she gets it. But now the challenge is mostly on the fact that she can still not communicate.
She's in a special school, or she's together
I've tried
with.
special school, but now she's in a regular school.
Okay, okay. So the kids there tend to understand. At least the teacher understands when she does
Yeah.
this.
What we do, we have to work hand in hand with the teachers, because you are the first. I would say you're the, what is the word? You're the first doctor to your child. So you're the one to tell them what is required of your child, so that you can like work together. So what happens in a regular school, I would say, is still not easy, because there's no special school teacher there, but you work with what you know about your child. Once she's able to achieve that, then you get to something else. Because now you've stayed with your child and you understand what is required of her. You also bring her for therapy. What they advise you, also take it to school, and then you work with it. So it's a whole, you have to work with the whole team. You work with your teachers there, you work with therapists here, so that you're able to help your child to stay in the school.
You've mentioned her diet. She's on a special diet.
Yes.
As advised by the teachers, or
yeah, even here we advise. There are things we are not supposed to give them. My daughter, I don't give her sugars, like things with sugar.
they make her extra.
Hyper, yes, extra hyper.
Okay.
We don't give them wheat. We don't do milk. We don't do nyanyas, tomatoes, because they have something that makes them hyper.
Okay.
Or sometimes you might feed her something and she start laughing like uncontrollably for a longer period of time. So you have to check on her diet. You have to be very consistent with what is required of her in terms of food. Because once you add on something that is like triggering her, it will be a whole day with you dealing with her hyper, which is not easy.
I think she has mentioned something about the diet.
Yeah.
You know that. Maybe we can talk about how do you manage autism.
Yeah.
What she's doing very well in terms of managing the autism. What we do, we try to manage those behaviors. As I said earlier, the ADHD, that is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, usually accompanies autism. And for us to ensure that the child learns in an environment that is conducive and can be able to get what the teachers are saying, we have to manage certain things. One of them is the food they eat, as she has mentioned. She's doing very well. Yeah, the food that is having what we call gluten and casein, we try to eliminate. That one is found. There is one that is found in wheat, another one in milk products, and even others in plants. From the research that we have is that those kind of foods, they trigger hyperactivity to increase. And it is a more of a chemistry thing that I can talk about it, but we try to avoid those ones. And then we give foods that can make the child to be calm. And then that's one, managing the diet. And then we have the therapies she's talking about. KISE is positioned in the best place in the city, and we have the best. I hope you get time to walk around and see.
I will.
We have the therapies.
I can see even
yes.
where we are right now, it's a playroom.
Yes, this is a playroom. Then we have occupational therapy going on, kuna physiotherapy going on, kuna hydrotherapy going on over there. And the latest research says that children who are exposed to hydrotherapy, in fact, it's basically swimming, but in a treated pool that has got a certain kind of water that is having a certain level of warmth, that because that kind of water is the best therapy you can give. Those children who are exposed to hydrotherapy on the other side, it triggers talking. Speech comes out very quickly. And it's one of the total therapy that you can give to a child. We do that one, is part of management. And then we have the biggest one that is here, speech therapy. If you walk around, you can see we have a speech therapist, and we do a lot of speech therapy here, and so many others. We can even have play therapy that we have, and then I can't forget we have a sensory integration room or in the activities that we do. You have seen the trampolines going on outside here, and then there's a dark room on the other side. All those areas and the services that we have here, they manage those kind of characteristics that makes the child not to concentrate in class. So we encourage parents to come over here, we do the assessment. Then from there, we will design the management program. And then you bring your child here. We do give this kind of services. And always, if you do it consistently over some time, there will be a tremendous change. And most times, when the child calms down, they are likely to learn. They can be anybody else in this world.
Yeah.
They can learn how to manage those behaviors, and they can be, economically viable like anybody in this country.
Question. I've heard you mention about speech.
Yes.
Can we tie delayed speech to autism? Because most of the, I think one of the red flags is delayed speech. When you're saying the kid cannot communicate, can we say that once your kid has delayed?
This yes and no. This yes and no. We have these old people are always telling us the truth. Ati anafanana na baba yake. Baba yake aliongea akiwa na miaka 5. Vitu kama hiyo. We have to check individual cases. And who is this child we are addressing? That's why assessment is very key. We take those details. So we cannot generalize and say that delayed speech is a sign of autism. It might not. So, but most times, those children who have autism, they have that aspect of a delayed speech. And when you compare them to other typical children, where you look at the child of 3 years, you see the milestones that child has acquired, and then you compare yours with the 3 years old, you will see the difference. Then those are some of the red flags that you can raise and say, can I go for further analysis and further assessment so that maybe there's something that is happening here. And I'm so happy what she said at the beginning, how she did the detection. That the child didn't have the eye contact. Yeah, that is one of the things we encourage the parents to do. Yeah, when you have your child, when you are breastfeeding the child, look at that child. If that child is nyonyaring and then looking at you on the face, na can smile sometimes, start thanking God that my child is okay. But when the child is nyonyaring and then there is no eye contact and angalia pande ile, that is another red flag that you need to say, to take action very quickly. Yeah, and again, like right now, you are going home. When you go home, that child, that boy, that girl at home needs to run to you and say, Mom, when you are away, things happened like this and all that. But when you go home and then you find a boy who is like 4 years old, anacheza na katoi hapo, and then after that, you say, I'm here, anakuangalia mara moja tu hivi na anaendelea na biashara yake. That is another red flag. That you have to take, why is this child so much interested playing, doing the toys, and then not mama? So that can be an indicator. And so many others.
Those are, at what age? I'm sorry. At what age exactly? Because mtoto anaweza kuwa tu.
Yeah.
Kuna ile tu utoto.
Yeah, utoto.
At what age can we tell?
Now, after 36 months, 36 months is 3 years, we can be very sure that the child has autism. But these days, we detect this one at 1.5 years to even up to 2 years, like that, by seeing what is happening with the child. But when we are very sure, when we are sure that this child has an issue, it's after 36 months. But before that, of course, we can have some characteristics here and there. But we give that allowance to the child to grow. And vile ulisema kuna utoto kidogo, we just give it that kind of allowance so that at least when the child gets to 36, we can go for assessment, and for sure, we can be able to say that the child has autism or not.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Mama Tanisha, the other kids are like, how do they relate to their sister in the house?
Well, my kids, okay, Tanisha being the firstborn, the other two kids are very much okay. I thank God they don't have any condition. In fact, they're very sharp, and that really encourages me because through them, Tanisha has been learning a lot. They've loved her, they've understood her, and they're always there for her. Yes.
Now they are all in the same school, so at least.
Yes, right now they're in one school because I realized if they're not together in one school, somehow she's never treated so well. She might, okay, I feel like my other kids are my two eyes. They always
Deputy
check on
parents.
her. Yeah, they're deputy parents. They keep on checking on her sister. They can even report, Mom, leo Tanisha did and that. Ali misbehave, alifanya hivyo. And then we are there together telling her, encouraging her not to do that again. And I've seen her listen and not repeat some of those things the sisters are reporting. And I feel them being together in one school has really helped her also to grow.
Yeah.
Yes.
What can you say, like, in the community now where you live, what was the biggest challenge? I'm assuming, because I know it's not easy.
First of all, it's so unfortunate that we are raising our child in an environment where you cannot leave her alone because it's an apartment. Staying in an apartment with such a child is not an easy thing because she wants to explore. She wants to be outside and play and be alone, like the way our therapist here has said. She wants a me moment, and a me moment cannot be in the house. She wants to be outside, enjoying the grass, enjoying the outside environment. That's a challenge that we are having because once you allow her outside, she goes to someone's house. When she goes to someone's house, you don't know what she's going to do. She might even go to the kitchen and start doing stuff there, which is very dangerous for us to leave her. She might even take something which is poisonous. So that's number one challenge. Everyone is always locking their doors because they don't know what to do for her once she gets into the house. Other people, they feel like, why she's a danger. Like, hi, Tanisha ameingia kwetu, tutamtoa aje? You know, they feel like her being in the house is not okay.
So akiingia kwa mtu, you'll just go and drag her.
You don't even allow her even for a
atakusikiza.
second to even get into the house. And if she does, you go very fast.
And drag her ama
Yeah, Tanisha
atakusikiza.
kuja, you make sure you call her name. Tanisha kuja usiende huko. Then you have to like be consistent na kuitana. Si muite unyamaze. She would think it's okay now, she can go. You have to make sure you lock your door. Because if you leave your door open, you don't know her next move. So you have to make sure when you're moving with her. Because if she goes to someone's house and then she burns, there's no way you're going to discuss that.
How was it? I'm curious as a mom. How was it when you were expecting your second baby with Tanisha? How was that
First
journey
of all,
like?
for me, I wasn't to get. I was not for the idea of getting another baby because I was really scared. Now here is a baby that you don't know how to raise her, and you're thinking of another baby. For me, it was. I would say, imagine these therapies have always been they've been a big help to me. You know, one therapist told me, Mama Tanisha, do you know if you get another child, utashtuka sana. God atakupatia mtoto mwingine msharp, hata ushtuke. Kwa sasa wewe unafikiria utapata tu mtu wa autism saizi. Akili yako tu inapiga autism. Ebu try and get another baby because I was already depressed. I was on depression medication because for me the situation was not okay. Everyone would see that woman is not okay. Because every time we were running here to get roots, to where, I want solution, like I want quick fix. Mi nataka mtoto wangu atolewe autism. You know, the way you can be desperate until I got into depression. And then now they started now, I started my healing journey. Well, I was having Tanisha. I have Tanisha here who is supposed to go for therapy, and I'm also going for my own therapy. Hey, but one therapist told me, Mama Tanisha, unajua why you're very depressed? Ebu get mtoi mwingine, uone utapata mtoi kama wewe. Nikamwambia how? Huyu hata hajatulia, sisi amechomeka huku, anapata ngamo. No, ADHD is not something easy. akipata moto anashuka nayo, akipata jug ya maji moto anashuka nayo. So my child had like burns everywhere. I saw that mimi sijui kitu unaongelea. How do I get another baby? How am I even going to take care of this other baby when I already have this baby? And then now things were even very hard, because wananiambia nipate mtoi, and my husband is even wondering, we mtoi mgani, so mtoto tunamraise aje? And then you are for that idea, nakwambia wewe hauko sawa. How do you even, si kwanza tuangalie huyu. It was really hard, but one time I prayed and trusted God for another child. And I said, imagine me nitapata mtoi. And to my surprise, I got a very sharp child. And all my children are girls. So,
wow.
And I was praying for another girl. I was telling God, don't give me a boy. Because I know if I get a boy, I might get an autistic boy. You see the way you're thinking. God, give me a girl. I want Tanisha to copy from that this girl who is now to be a genius. You know the way you pray to God and God is answering you like kabisa kabisa. The child came at 2 weeks. Tanisha alimrusha huko. 2 weeks kalikuwa kamesha rushwa huko. Because acceptance. Umeleta mtoi mwingine hapa. Now I'm the child in this house. But the child grew understanding that her sister has a problem. At 2 weeks, at 1 month, she could look at her and see she's coming and start screaming. Mtoto 1 month hata mwenyewe hajielewi, but at 1 month kamesha muona. Akienda kumshika hivi, then she could scream. And then you go hold the baby. And then now you tell Tanisha, no, that is wrong. So it was a very interesting experience. You raising an autistic child and a small child who is very sharp and understanding that hapa kuna shida. Huwa ananipatanga tu ananivuruta. Hapa kuna shida. So by the time she was turning 4 months, ule mtoto alikuwa anajua hadi yani ile respond very fast. Now they grew like that, and also I grew letting her know the sister is this way, and she grew loving her sister until now the bond was. Tanisha would Jalia, now I have another one. No, the second boy is called Jalia. She talks about her sister like all the time. Unajua msichokoze sister yangu. Unajua sister yangu kuna autism. Unajua ni mtoto wa Mungu. Msimchokoze. She talks, she creates awareness kwa watoto wengine. No, kids are fond of Tanisha kabisa. Wanajua wafai kumchokoza, wafai kumchapa because akona autism.
Wow. Which is nice. Yes. At least the class watakuwa educated na kabisa.
That girl has created awareness amongst kids, and that really makes me happy.
My maybe second last as we wind up, is autism curable?
Okay. Right now we don't have the medication you can take, but we can manage it.
Also, we manage it.
We can manage it. There is even some management that we can have through even medication, but that is for management. For example, if a child has ADHD that we have been talking about, we have some medication for that, but it must be doctor prescription. And then when we manage the autism, we kind of treat that autism. And what we do is bringing these children closer to normalcy, where they can be able to operate in the social world and do things others are doing. So far, that is it. There's no surgery for that, but there's a lot of management, and that's what we train here.
So what Mama Tanisha is doing, she's doing perfectly?
Looks like she has done a lot of research. She's become a teacher. She's talking about so many good things. Yeah, looks like she has really Googled and she knows all this. This is the first experience. She's going to be my good, partner here in training.
Yeah, because I tend to think that most of us parents, since we don't know what's happening, we tend to safeguard our kids. So whatever you're saying, put them there out to normalcy. Like what you're kwa your life, what's like in that regular school, let them interact with the others. Most of us, we tend to lock them with that.
Celestine, there's something that I'm very happy she's doing. The child is in a regular school.
Yes.
I'm calling a regular school because it is the so-called normal kids are there. And that's where Natisha is. And that's the best thing. In fact, the first treatment that you can give these children is to be with those children who are of the same age and who are deemed to be normal, so that the teacher can learn from them. So that is the right environment. What we can do is to work with the school. If we can get a teacher or teachers who understand what is this, we can have several programs that we usually do so that the child can be helped in that kind of environment. And I really congratulate her for doing that, because I know the child. She's not that serious. You know, we have level 1, level 2, and level 3 of autism. She's operating somewhere there between level 1 and level 2. She can operate with other people. The only issue is that communication, which she can acquire. I think she's at 11. As she moves to 13, 14, something will happen, because those are mono changes, and when the child is growing, if she's doing the right thing the way she's doing, things might be better. And I think that's all I wanted to mention about the school. Yes, so as compared to taking the child to a special school. Yeah, special schools, yes, they are doing a good job, but we reserve them maybe for those children who have got a serious condition that needs to be closely monitored. But those ones who are operating, running around, going like that, take that child to the church, walk with the child around, let the child go to school. At the end of the day, the child will acquire those skills and can be able to operate in the world.
Thank you so much. As we close the discussion, maybe Mama Tanisha, there's a mom out there right now. Ako kwa hiyo situation ilikuwa when Tanisha was 2 years. Ameambiwa you go endo uangaliwe na daktari. Jirani yake amemwambia wewe endo uangaliwe mtoto wako. Marafiki zake wanamwambia mtoto wako anasumbuanga. What can you tell that mom?
First of all, once understand your child. Once you understand your child, embrace her. Then don't hide your child. You know, hiding a child means you're now depressed and there's nothing you can do with your child. Look for interventions. Toa mtoto wako mpeleke. If you feel your child has a problem, don't stay with that problem and say, ni sawa tu. If a parent tells you mtoto wako akona shida, okay, usitake personal kwanza. Unajua some of us tunachukulianga personal. Mtu anakuambia, why you even nashughulika na maisha ya mtoto wangu kwa nini? Mtoto wangu akona shida gani? You know, people take it personal, take it positively, and unaanza kutafuta kujua shida iko wapi, because the earlier the better. Once you discover mtoto wako akona shida gani ama hana shida, inaweza kuwa tu ni delay. Like our therapist here has said, inaweza kuwa ni delay. Usikae useme, wacha tu akae. Watu wanapenda kujaji watoto wenyewe. Come to KISE, go to hospitals, uone daktari wa watoto. They are able to rule out kama mtoto wako na shida ama hana shida.
Thank you so much. And now that our therapist, we have all talked about early intervention. Na kuna mzazi, hata early intervention itampita. Akamkurealize maybe at age 5, age 6, age 7.
All those parents, see, they are welcome. Let them come to KISE. We do a lot of assessment here. It's for free. And they can come in Monday through Friday. And but let them not come in the afternoon, because we usually do assessment in the morning. That's the time the child is not exhausted. We can be able to see so many things going on. We do that assessment from morning hours to around noon. So Monday through Friday, that's one thing they can do, those who are around Nairobi. And those who are around the country, they can go to assessment centers that are in the counties. We have our officers there who are called EACs. And these days, I think they're called CSOs or something like that. They are being trained on how to detect and assess, and they can refer those children to those schools. So what we do here, we assess, and then we work with the doctors to ascertain the diagnosis, how we know that now this is their condition. Then we design a program and then place them to schools where they are given help. That's number one. Number two, I think another thing that we are doing here is very soon, I think I am having a certificate course in autism coming up. online evening. Please let parents get this kind of certificate in terms of we can teach them. And that way, I think we can cater for the whole world. So very soon we want to do the capacity building, the parents. Even you are welcome to take our certificate. And that way, we can reach the entire country. And I'm sure we will have the impact.
Yeah.
And if you have any issue that you want us to address, you can come to your school. Just drop an email to info@kise.ac.ke. Our director can give us directions, and then we come to where you are. We can be able to help you do assessment in the village, do anything that you feel that the KISE can do, and then we can be able to help and support children of this country.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. I feel like tumelearn, tumesikia, we've known, because what most of us don't know is we lack information. That's why we Google. Tuna Google, tunaona, hey, mtoto wako akona delayed speech, huyu akona autism. And then we start locking our kids in. Like you start, unaogopa, because where we run first to is Google. So right now, I'm glad that I have known of KISE. I hope itasaidia mtu uko nje mwenye alikuwa anataka kujua where. And maybe before I end it, do you stop with the therapy sessions? Ama you'll do it as long as...
Okay, our therapist here, I had calling me a therapist, I'm not. Yeah, but our therapist here, they have a treatment plan.
Okay.
So we can have, for example, 30 sessions of speech therapy, and then we re-evaluate. We just go in and see is there any impact, and then we can be able to go for another round or something like that.
Okay.
So anything must have some kind of checks and balances, and it cannot be like you start therapy and continue like that without knowing whether it is helping you or not.
I get
So
it.
we have the way they do the assessment after we have referred the children to them. They are the ones who are specialists to tell us, let's go for 30 sessions, let's go for 20 sessions for this, and then we see the impact. And then we can add another one. It's like a doctor saying 2 times 2 for 7 days. That is what we do here.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And thank you for even having us
Yeah.
in this playroom. It feels very...
Yeah, it's a very beautiful room.
Yeah.
And as I said earlier, this is a place where the first places that we use to, we export the kids here, and then we see how they behave. That's where we can raise a red flag, how they are behaving. So we observe them in this room. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Mama Tanisha and our teacher. Tumeshukuru sana. I believe that kama kuna mtu uko nje alikuwa anataka information, atakam. I'm sure it will help 1 or 2. Yeah, your time has not gone to waste, I promise.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you so much, guys, for watching. It was nice having you two guys. Now we can say bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Alafu patane next Wednesday. Bye.